Welcome back. Here we are. I am Dr. Andrea Christian Parks. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to my channel. And this is now week number 2. We are talking about what is it costing you not to lose weight? Now, I love this topic because I think sometimes we think we're just in a static place. We're just in we're in one space, but we're not going forward and we're not going backwards. If you've been fighting weight for a long time, a lot of times you kind of up and down, but you kind of stay where you're at. Yes, sometimes you lose and then you gain up and then some, but for the most part, you just kind of stay where you're at. You might creep up a little bit, but you're really just kind of staying where you're at. You're not making progress toward the goal that you set. So this week, I want to talk about what it's costing you not to lose weight. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite resources ever, and that's time. So what does it mean not to lose weight as far as costing you time? This is important, and I do mention up at the front because time is one of my favorite resources. I think time is a fascinating concept. It's linear. As humans, we only experience time in one direction. We go forward, we can't go backwards. We don't loop back and around, and despite Back to the Future and all those movies that those of us in my generation grew up with, we're only going one way, and that's forward. So, time is, for us, finite. When we've used an hour, it's gone. We wake up in the morning, we have the day ahead, and when we get to the end, it's over. We move on to the next day or the evening. So, what does that have to do with losing weight? Well, let's think about this for a second. If you've been trying to lose weight, then you spend a lot of your time on the whole situation. If you're in the midst of a diet, then you're spending time thinking about, what does the diet say? What's on the plan? What can I eat? What can I eat? How much should I eat? What if I do something that's off the plan? How much will that impact my weight loss? Super amounts of time focused on the plan. If you're not on a diet, on a particular plan, a lot of times you're thinking, what am I going to have for breakfast? What about lunch? I wonder what we could do for dinner. Ugh, I don't want to plan dinner. What if we order out? Well, wait a minute. If I eat that, what's that going to do to my weight? Oh, but if I don't order out, then I have to cook. But I don't have anything to cook, but now I've got to go to the grocery store. But what's on the list at home? Wait, I got to get this and the stuff from home. Wait, how much, do I have enough time to do that? Wait a second. All right, let me think about this. If maybe my husband can go to the store. Oh, but every time he goes to the store, he messes that up. He skips things. I don't know if he'll get it right. Maybe I should just do it. But no, he said he would do it. That's fine. He can do it. There's all this spinning, and this all has to do with trying to figure out what to eat just on one day. That's just one dinner we're trying to get planned. What if we planned out the whole week on all the time and thought that has to go into that? That's a lot of thinking about food and what is okay and what's not, and well, do I cook this for the kids, and do I cook this for me, and do I cook multiple meals? And it's a lot of thinking going on there, and a lot of time that we're spending around what are we going to do about our weight. So I also want to point out there's another way that we think about our time and weight. There's a lot of noise in our brains when we're trying to lose weight, when we try on a pair of jeans and they don't fit, when we have an event to go to and we need to get in something that looks good, but we don't like anything that we have in our closet. There's this background noise of, ugh, I don't like how that looks. I'm so tired of being overweight. I feel so frustrated by what I look like here. If I could just take this off like a suit and drop it, everything would be different. I hate the fact that my back looks like this, my arms look like that, my belly looks like this. There's a lot of thinking and punishing and worrying that just goes into this. It takes up a lot of time and energy in your life because you want something else. You want to be in a different size body. But yet, it's just noise. It's just background. It's not taking you anywhere. And I think that's the mistake a lot of us make too, is we think, well, if I'm frustrated with myself and I, smack myself around and say, let's get this together. You need to get on board, get your act in gear, then we'll actually do something. That doesn't exactly work. Sometimes it works temporarily, but long term, it doesn't. It doesn't last. And so you've got to figure out what's going to be my long-term plan so that this that's taking up all this time and all this energy and all this space in my life is handled. I want you to ask yourself, what would you do with all of the time that you recapture if weight wasn't an issue? If there was no worry about what you were going to eat, what you were going to feed the kids. Yeah, you got to figure out the grocery list, but it's just a non-issue. It's not a back and forth. What can I do? What's for me? What's for them? Can it be done this way? Can it be done that way? Is it on my plan? Is it not on my plan? It's just not a problem. What would you do with all that time? What if you weren't punishing yourself and beating yourself up because you had, I don't know, a cookie? What would you do with all that time? What might you actually be able to put in that time that you want to create in your life? And I think that's when you really start to see the cost. Because whatever it is that you would do with that time, that's what you're not doing because you're focused on losing the weight and you're not losing the weight. So it's just continuing to take up time. So all of that is to say, if you are over all of that, you're like, nope, this is a waste of time. I'm done. How do we get out of this? I'm ready to go. I want to lose the weight. I will leave this issue behind. I'm ready to move forward. If you think you are ready to go, you just need some help. You want some accountability. You want someone to guide you. You want someone who can show you how to move and let this become a non-issue, the weight to come down and all the worrying and complicated stuff that seems to be all part of losing weight to go away so you can do other things. That's why I'm here. You can email me at drandreachristianparks@gmail.com and we can set up your hour of consultation. And if you're ready, we can work together. So I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, send it to somebody who you think might find it helpful as well. All right? I can't wait to see you next week. We're going to move on with a whole nother cost of not losing weight. I'll see you then. Bye.